Hello there, Arsh. Okay, let's see. So well done for getting this far. Well done for writing the work. That's fantastic. It's good to see students taking action and wanting to improve. So let's jump into it. People have different views about the school curriculum. Some put forth this argument that schools are only meant to teach academic subjects. Others, however, believe that schools should render students an entertaining environment, and I personally agree with this latter statement. Okay, just sounds a little bit more formal and it helps break up the delivery of information with that comma. Also, should render students an entertaining environment, singular, yes. To commence with, learners go to educational institutes with a view to learn so that their future can illuminate. No, so that they can improve their future prospects would sound better, not illuminate, so that their future can be enriched. But just, yeah, I would avoid illuminate. But this notion cannot be neglected that learning is a lifelong process and it never stops. Therefore, apart from only focusing on education, recreational activities such as music or art classes and indoor or outdoor games should be incorporated into academics, should be incorporated into the learning environment, incorporated into the school, into the university, okay, or whichever. To exemplify, a survey conducted by World Education Community indicates that pupils who indulge in extracurricular activities are more active and recipient when compared to their counterpart. Hence, they are likely to outperform others in finals. So, fantastic work there. Now, there's two words that will be insanely useful for you, and because you've already mentioned them, I want you to go into, it'll be easier for you to master them. So go to the dictionary and learn how to use those counterpart and outperform, because they're very useful for your IELTS writing task 2. Okay, and this is very useful for academic task 1 as well. So if we can master those sentences, we're on to a winner. Yeah, you can also check English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy, and you can probably find that on scribd.com, scribd.com. Some free PDF there, I think. Apart from this, if institutes continue to educate pupils, yeah, students, learners, but we can't say disciples, only about traditional subjects like math, science and Hindi, their routine would become tedious. Good. To elaborate, this schedule begets amongst them too loose interest in studies. It doesn't make any sense, so be careful. Okay? To elaborate, okay, to elaborate, this schedule will most likely form a loose interest in studies. As a repercussion, this method of teaching will cast a detrimental effect on their academic scores. In other words, recreational pursuits break the monotony of life, and it can be said that it lends colour to life. And it also can be said, and it can be said that it lends colour to life too. Research performed is much better than done. Research performed by WHO shows that sports such as football and volleyball, no capitalization, play a vital or pivotal role for the comprehensive growth of a child. Okay, good. So we're getting back into clarity here. This was just way too convoluted. It's way too verbose. Yeah. When you get a sentence like that, try to go for clarity. Just even if it sounds basic, it's better to be basic and understood than complex and having to reread it time and time again, because if it's complex and it's not written correctly, then we don't know if you've got full points for task response, if you've, we don't know if you're on topic, and we can't tell if the paragraph is cohesive and coherent either. So this is why grammar is very important. So we're on the right track. We do need a final sentence on each paragraph though. Therefore, it clearly shows, thus, it is clear that, to recapitulate, having mulled over aforementioned convictions, this is not necessary. This is, it doesn't add anything to your argument, and good English needs to be crystal clear, needs to be succinct and concise. So, to recapitulate, it is lucid that although to conclude, although the first priority of schools is to educate, students can learn effectively along with entertaining facilities. Fine, that's enough for now. Good work there. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, in order to develop the skills and creativity, some people believe that pursuing a pastime activity with offspring is immensely more conducive than reading. I partially support this view because, in my opinion, because in my view, reading material is vital for comprehensive growth. So it's going back to what I said. If the word isn't really contributing to your argument, don't use it. On the one hand, it is thought by many an individual that playing with little ones, a person can become skillful and can do more creative work. To elaborate, it is a well-known fact that youngsters have an ample amount of energy. Okay, so be careful. Research how to use ample. I think we've got some tutorials coming up anyway. Have an ample amount of energy. Therefore, when a person engages in their games, it motivates them to show their potential to impress them. Good. Moreover, few young children are accustomed to bedtime stories, so their parents have to dictate them new stories every night, which without a doubt is thinking outside the box. That's got nothing to do with it, okay? So I can't understand. Be careful there, because we were on the right track and I was following your argument, but that is seems a little bit random, okay? So sorry about that, but just be careful about putting on final thoughts like that. However, based on the aforementioned argument, that's exactly However, reading could not be overlooked. To begin with, reading gives wings to creativity. For example, when it comes to reading spy books, it requires critical analyzing with a view to find clues, which eventually aid in the development of mental levels. Apart from this, if an individual desires to learn a language, it can be learned by reading books in that particular language. Therefore, reading is also vital for developing new sets of skills. Okay, so good work. Be careful though. We don't want to trip up over little mistakes like that. But here the argument was much clearer and the grammar was much better. So well done there. In essence, after analysing above discussed convictions, in essence, it is crystal clear that even though doing recreational pursuits has upsides for becoming adroit and intelligent, the importance of reading cannot be neglected at all on account of its sizable benefits. Sizable amount of benefits, or sizable benefits, just to be more succinct. So good work there, Ash. What I want you to do now is implement all the grammar all the corrections that you've heard in this video, Make a list of them as well, and then send me back your corrected essay, send me back your error list, and then write me 2 new essays and check them for mistakes that you've made previously in these 2 essays. Okay? So you're doing well. Let's keep on improving and have a great day. Take care.